Thank you very much. This is the farm estate. We have 250 acres of land here, starting from the stream. That stream is the boundary down to this very place. So we have it on both sides, the right and the left. Why this very place? There should be no reason for any hunger in this country, because we have what? Arable land. Our land in Nigeria is so fertile that even if you don't plant anything, the land itself will surely bring out fruit and farm produce. There's no reason for any hunger or any issue or we suffering. We should be what? Exporting food. The southwestern part of the country at a point was actually building the region with what? Agricultural produce, the cocoa, you know, Ondo Ekiti. Then they were able to build the cocoa house, the Badon, the stadium, and they gave us free education. They were able to pay teachers, and that's actually helped the southwestern region. But when everybody now dropped what was producing, you know, food and money, and we all went to the oil industry, and that has actually impacted negatively into the economy and into the nation as well in general. So we as a company, we said, okay, we have been building houses. In the last 14 years, we have built over 7,000 houses. We have allocated over 20,000 plots in 27 estates, locations. We have, you know, in Lagos, Ogun State, Oyo State. We are doing all that. And we now saw the need that how do we support the nation? How do we reduce the hunger in the country? People are shouting about fire. We said, okay, let us create a place whereby you can farm with peace of mind. A place whereby you can have your farm produce without issues. We have adequate security available here. And the land we have checked, in fact, some of the clients that we have allocated to, already they are enjoying the fruit already. Because we have farm fruit right on some of the land here that we have allocated. And we just have to just keep enjoying. So we are encouraging everybody, this is a good opportunity for you to feed, join those who are going to feed the nation. Nobody will come and solve our problems for us. Americans will not come and farm. We'll keep talking about foreign exchange effects. And that is the bane, that is the problem we are encountering in this country. All what you are seeing that is going up, buying this, they are controlled by FX because you have to be buying from them and you have to change your money to dollars. We can farm locally and produce food for ourselves first. Then after we have more than enough, we can now what? Export. From there we will now be generating FX to this country. The money will go down. We'll be able to afford so many things. We'll be able to afford. So this is one little contribution from the stables of Arcview Investments Limited. Apart from providing the land for you to build, we also provide this opportunity for you to farm. Somebody would ask, why didn't we clear? We actually don't want to expose the soil. So that when you come to farm, you clear yourself, you prepare the soil, you have the soil, you know, you can easily farm and enjoy the land. And also we have in place support system, because we have some of our clients that are farmers as well. They can always get you workers, laborers, that can work on your farm. And you don't have to be here to be doing the job, the farming yourself. You can employ them, they'll be there for you. All what you need to do is just to come once in a while to check. We did one analysis about plantation. But when you start this very business, it's a generational business. Every year, you don't need to go back to plant it again. You just need to plant it once. After that 1 year, you just be having multiple harvests. So there is nothing to lose here. You can form a cooperative, you can come together, 2, 3, 4 can come together. The minimum is 3 plots. Buy 3 plots and have your own private farm. You can plant what you are going to eat. You can buy this and plant yam here. Do cassava. And at the end of the year, have your own garri, have your own yam powder, have your own this, have your own that. That's it. That's the way to go. That's the way to start. So if this population, we are almost over 100 here, can plant yam, we're going to have more than enough to sell. And from there, we'll be able to reduce the hunger in the country. Number 2, we can't be depending only on the northern part of the country. To be farming for us and be transporting. Because as we speak, logistics is now a very great concern. To move that truck from Taraba to Lagos, you know how much they'll be spending on diesel. And that will also impact on what? The price of what they are going to sell to you. Number 3, they're coming from there, will not be able to have that food fresh. So they might be there on the road for 2 days, for 2 weeks. Some of them, because of the bad infrastructure, the road problem in the country, they might be there for 1 month, 2 weeks. So when you have your own farm, you eat what you farm, and you farm what you eat. Yes, just like I said, no farm, no future. Because we cannot continue like this. In Nigeria today, food inflation is at 42%. That is bad. In a normal climb, it shouldn't even be more than, it shouldn't get to 2 digits. Just single digit inflation, maximum. Whereby we should have enough to even give out. There are some countries that are landlocked, that are not they cannot produce food like this. If the Middle East can be producing food, if you go to Jordan, their land there is not as fertile like this. Go to Israel. But they are doing mechanized farming. They have this greenhouse farm so much that they are now exporting. So what is lacking is ability to put mind into this. Let us be conscious about this. This is the future. Our children should not be crying that a being power. Food inflation shouldn't get to 50, 60, 70%. We shouldn't go the way of Venezuela. We shouldn't go the way of the South Sudan, the Somalia. We shouldn't go the way of Eritrea. Nigeria should wake up and enjoy what God has blessed us with. God has blessed us with arable land. Talk about everything that we need to survive in this country. They are all available. So it is now left for us to come together and do something. Like I said, you don't have to come and do the farming yourself. You can what? Employ. There are young guys available to do the job for you. They will clear the field, do the plants. Then at the end of every month, you come in and see them. They have their salaries, and from there, at the end of the year, you have enough food to give out. So this is a good opportunity for everybody. Don't miss this opportunity. Because in Arcview Investment Limited, we don't just build alone. we believe, you know, in the country, and that's why we are here. Some of our colleagues, you know, they have abandoned this place and gone, you know, to the Western world to be doing their development there. But we believe in this country, that this country should be, this is our land. There is no place like home. I've traveled around the world and I've seen that home is just the best place yes. So we should do it well. Government will not be able to do everything. Hello?
Aye.
If you count all those who are legislating and governing us, they are not in this country. All the governors, the House of Assembly members, the senators, the House of Reps, they are not up to 2,000. They cannot provide for 250 million population. And the population is growing. Is what? Growing. The northern part that we are depending on to produce food, they are giving back every year. And they are having multiple. So the food we are talking about is not even enough for them. And you are depending on them. And they are also experiencing climate change. That's why you see the dam and their dam, you know, opening and flood everywhere there. There's every climate change there. There's also insecurity there. Banditry, all these Fulani herdsmen, they are disturbing them. Thank God they have left our own part of the country now. They have gone. Hallelujah, they have gone. So it's affecting them heavily. Those guys are there. So, and we are depending. We are waiting for them to produce food for us. How? So I'm calling on everybody in the western part of the country to wake up. This is a clarion call to everybody. Wake up and have a farm. Every family must have a farm. Every family must what? Have a farm. Minimum of 3 plots of land here. You can have it. And when you have these 3 plots of land, you can farm anything that you like. If you like banana, you plant banana. Look at this plantain. Very big and very, look at it, chubby. And very, you know, you can see this is natural. You know that this is not artificial. This is not a organically modified plant. This is natural. This is exactly what we are talking about. If you plant here, this is what you'll be having. Natural. You don't need chemical. You don't need fertilizer. Because the land is what? Very fertile. It's fertile. The land is there. It's fertile. So it's not, you don't need to go and be doing anything extra. As we were coming, I saw a cassava plantation there. And I saw all the trees. If you look at the cassava, very tall and chubby. That is what we are talking about. Look at the village now. Everybody, they have abandoned the village. They are in Lagos or one part of the country in the world. They have scattered. Who is going to produce the food we are going to eat? Hello? The Edo part of the country, in the Edo state, they used to produce this plantain in large quantity. But most of them now, they have traveled out of the country. Yes. I know we have so many of them as our customers. They are out of the country. The oil plantation, the plantain, you know, and nobody's managing them again. So please, it's a clarion call. Let us come back and look into this critically. When we look into this critically, it will really help us and save us. Hello? Hi. We are talking about fuel scarcity or price. We can't be talking about food again. We can have other things can be, you know, we don't have power over fuel. That's why we have the crude as a gift for the nation. You cannot drill it out. You cannot exploit it. You understand? But we have access to this. And Yoruba will say, when food is out of the equation,
Problem is solved.
Problem is solved. For me, that's like the way we used to say that if you live in your own house, 50% of your problem is solved, right?
Yes.
If you have enough food, 50% of your problem is solved. I mean,
Yes, sir.
Ask daddy.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Don't just cool anything when you have enough food at home. Àjẹyó àṣẹṣẹ kú o wa. Àwọn ọmọ inú máa dùn, wọ́n máa gbáyìn, wọ́n máa lọ, wọ́n máa bọ̀. At least, Baba will only be thinking of, okay, school fees and rent, abi. Well, we shouldn't add food to the problem which we have added. One way or another, it has crept into our system and it has become a major problem. How did we get to this place? How did we get here? Food that in Ondo State and Ekiti State, they were actually producing for this country at a point. Even the northern part too. Everybody we were busy about, plantations and this agricultural produce. Let me wrap up. I went to Holland last year. In Holland, they don't have the road and the land. They don't have any, there is nothing, no resources. All what we have here. If you are rich in Holland, you must have a bicycle. Bicycle is their best means of what? Transportation. The minimum is you must have like 2 or 3 bicycles. So they have bicycle tracks, lanes. You'll be seeing different types of bicycles. And I now ask, is it they don't have the oil you have? They don't have everything you have. There is no good land. But what they done? They have now brought in initiative, right? Initiative in the sense that they have brought out animal husbandry. They are now the largest producer of milk in the world. All this Fulani cow that you are talking about, they have been able to manage it in large scale. To be using that to produce what? Milk, cheese, butter, exporting. They have more than enough. They're now selling to the world, making their own effects and building their country. So they said they only have 2 major sources of income: tourism and what? The dairy milk. Simple. Farming. So you can also do the same here. You can have your cow here. You fence with barbed wire, just like in the US. If you have your land in the US and you put cow, it will reduce your land tax. Yes. If you have cows, on your maybe your lot, maybe you have like 5 acres. Let me put that so you understand that here. And you have like 20 cows there. You just put their food, and they will just be, and it will that because of doing that, because you are engaging in that act of farming, the cow will produce food. There will be enough beef, and in the US they eat beef, and that's why you see them so big, just like a berechi. They eat so much beef. So because you are doing that, so what they just do is just to carve. They will just have like a boundary so that they don't stray out of the field. Unlike you'll be seeing cow walking on your express highway. It's not possible. There was a day my driver was driving me on the Ogun express. A cow crossed the express, and a bus hit the cow. Live, we both saw it. The cow died instantly, and the bus was like, when the bus stopped and we saw the bus, it was like as if the bus actually hit a trailer or a train. So there, you can't, your cow cannot stray. You'll be penalized for that. For you having your cow on your lot, it will reduce your land tax. So they encourage farming. They have enough food in the country. Food is not their problem. Look at Ukraine. They are engaging into grain, wheat. That's why they are fighting war. They are giving Nigeria grain and wheat free. Yes, they are exporting. Grain, they are the largest exporter of wheat in the world. Ukraine. What is the size of Ukraine to Nigeria? Same as Russia, all these countries. They have been able to look into farming and carve a niche for themselves. They have become biggest when talking about exporters of food, because they know that everybody needs food. And there are some countries that they cannot farm at all. They are landlocked. There is no place to farm, and maybe they are land, and they must eat. Abi? For real. So please, Nigerians, wake up. I'm calling on all meaningful Nigerians. Let us all go back to farming, because this is the only solution. Without farming, there is no future. With farming, there is future for everyone.
That's true.
It is very important for us to understand this fact and act. Not just erring alone. Do what? Act. By investing in the Arcview farm estate. Here at Obafemi, Owode local government, via isiun, and that's it. You have what is called instant allocation here. The very first set, this place came into being about 3 months ago, concluded this deal, and we have allocated the very first batch, those who bought then. And if you buy in also, instantly you are getting your land. In fact, this is the best time to buy, because you can still get the frontal part of the estate. So it's a clarion call to everybody in the world, in Nigeria in particular, that you can invest in the agricultural sector and have steady income, steady cash flow, because every year, look at this plantain, what's it called? There's this name for it.
Okay, punch.
No, the sucker. Yeah, all the suckers. Now, as it has been, it has been like that. It will keep what? Spreading. It will keep multiplying. So you don't need to come back and what? Either do anything on it. It will surely produce for you every year. So if you have like 2,000 of this sucker, the following year, this 2,000 will multiply to what? Like 3,000. The following year, it will multiply to like 4,000. And it keep what? Expanding. So why are we disturbing ourselves? Just do the first year. Get somebody, just one person to be doing the job for you. And also, it's also a generational blessing. Your children will come and inherit the farm. Hello? Yeah, you want your children to, after eating and looking good, they will now inherit what? The farm. So please, invest today, and just you'll be happy that you did. Thank you very much. God bless you. If you have any question,